Every night, your body undergoes a radical shutdown. Your muscles slip into paralysis, a flood of neurochemicals washes over your brainstem, and your consciousness is locked inside a high-fidelity hallucination. Inside this isolated state, the mind renders physical sensations, complex environments, and intense emotions that you accept as absolute reality, night after night for your entire life. For decades, early researchers monitoring this electrical activity assumed dreaming was nothing more than biological static, meaningless noise generated by a resting nervous system. But if those nighttime signals aren't random neurological exhaust, what exactly is your paralyzed brain actively building in the dark? In the 1970s, the leading scientific model proposed that the brainstem fired off random electrical bursts during sleep, and the higher cognitive centers simply scrambled to impose some kind of narrative onto the chaos. That view held until researchers began feeding dream reports through graph theory, a branch of mathematics used to map complex networks, to measure the exact structural geometry of our sleep narratives. When analyzing REM sleep, data shows concepts weave into dense, interconnected webs, proving REM dreams are highly structured narratives. Compare that to non-REM sleep. In lighter stages, the structure breaks apart into sparse, disconnected nodes, reflecting shorter dreams lacking complex architecture. This structural math rules out the idea of random noise. It shows the sleeping brain is actively rendering a complex, organized architecture. This rendering process boots up deep within the brainstem, in a small cluster of cells called the Pons, which triggers the onset of REM sleep. The Pons floods the brain's higher areas with acetylcholine, a chemical that drives intense arousal. At the exact same time, the supply of serotonin and noradrenaline, the chemicals we use to monitor reality and apply logic, is completely shut off. To prevent you from physically interacting with this new environment, the spinal cord actively blocks motor commands. Your body enters a state called muscular atonia, leaving you completely paralyzed. This specific chemical lockdown serves a dual purpose. It keeps you safely anchored in your bed, and it forces your mind to accept bizarre, internally generated physics without question. With reality monitoring chemicals gone, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for waking logic and decision-making, goes dark. The surreal disjointedness of the dream state takes over. Simultaneously, deeper structures ignite. The amygdala and the hippocampus flare into hyperactivity, supplying the raw emotional intensity and fragmented memories that form the building blocks of the dream. This is the core engine coordinating all this material, the default network. It's the exact same circuitry that activates when your mind wanders while awake. With external sensory input blocked, it shifts into absolute overdrive, synthesizing these memories into a seamless environment. The landscapes you explore at night are constructed entirely by your brain's internal wandering engine, powered by raw feeling and completely unchecked by waking logic. Cognitive researchers now describe this phenomenon through the neurocognitive theory of dreaming. Instead of viewing dreams as cryptic prophecies or biological exhaust, they classify them as an embodied simulation. Decades of quantitative analysis on thousands of dream journals reveal a strict principle of continuity. The themes, characters, and anxieties in your dreams mathematically mirror your dominant waking concerns. What you do during the day dictates the parameters of the simulation. Skiers dream of slopes. Bankers dream of financial transactions, and surfers consistently generate environments filled with waves and ocean currents. This continuity holds true across all human populations. Studies of hunter-gatherer groups, for instance, show a predictably higher frequency of animals and survival scenarios populating their sleep architecture. The simulation isn't inventing a new identity or revealing hidden symbols. It is a virtual sandbox where the exact same waking version of you is allowed to wander freely. Dreaming utilizes both sleep and consciousness to maintain your sense of self, processing your daily experiences in an entirely internal world. Every time you close your eyes, your brain successfully boots up the most advanced virtual reality engine on Earth. It frees your consciousness from the laws of physics, severing the connection to the outside world to allow for completely unrestricted inward exploration. The mind never truly shuts off. The environments it builds are true while they last, entirely, uniquely generated by you for you.